All right, Chelsea fans, welcome back to another episode of the London is Blue podcast. As always, your host, Brandon, my co-host, Nick and Dan. And gentlemen, travel time. That is right. This is only a couple more sleeps until we, head on the plane and go to London to visit Chelsea's just finest right now. Stamford Bridge, Cobham. We're going to see a bunch of our friends at the Cock. All the old spots are back. Maybe even the Lily Tandoori.
That's the important thing to just add context to. The Cock Tavern, the Cock Fulham, where people meet up. Specificity is key there.
Just the Cock. That is how it's known to me. That's what it is.
If you know, you know. All right. Yep. Be in the back garden.
We'll see everyone at the Cock.
The back garden.
That's where we're gonna be.
It's this is going to be a good one. Very light, very loose, just a kind of reminder and an update for everybody. We're so lucky that so many people live there. Also B, people are going to be there that weekend for the games because it's a good weekend to be there. You get a Premier League match and a Champions League match, which is always, to get 2 home games in a row is really tough throughout the season. Nick can tell you because Nick has gone through many planning exercises trying to figure out when, if at all, we can go to London and see more than one game. And we found 3.
Yeah, we got lucky that this was I think one of 3 windows this year where the men played at home and the women played at home, but we still haven't been able to go to a youth game because it just never works out for all 3.
Bill's fault. I've actually talked to him about it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's sabotaging us.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Doesn't want to see us. Doesn't really even like us.
It's just, he's owning his territory, right? He has his turf. He's making sure that the turf is well marked. I respect it.
No, this is my thing. You guys stay over there. So yeah, we're excited. We're lucky. Dan, what I would say right away is obviously we're bringing a group of friends. And we really try to do it once a year as best we can, but we know it's hard for people, especially their first time going over. I remember going that May, right before we won the league with Antonio Conte, got to see Chelsea smash Middlesbrough at home, second to last game for West Brom. Going into the stadium, it's intense, right? You got 40-some thousand people squashing it at the same time. And so we've been lucky enough to partner with XL Tours to help make that experience easier, less scary for people. It's white glove. It's all inclusive. You pay a price. Everything's included. It's worked out really well for the 3, 4, 5 trips we've done with them.
Yeah. First group trip that we have taken since 2019. So it's been a minute to get that. The trips that we've taken the past couple of times now have all been just the pod crew, but we're happy to have this extended group of listeners joining us as well and making potentially their first pilgrimage, or for some, multiple time team journey over, depending upon what the count is. And look, it will be a big group. So, if you want to hang out with us, we're going to kind of talk through some of the things we'll be up to and what we'll be doing, because it definitely is a more is merrier situation, Nick. And that's, I think, what we want to kind of underline here is that this is not about just us going over, having this group and not saying hello and hanging out. We want to hang out and see as many wonderful people who listen to the pod, who are other Chelsea supporters during our time over there.
That's right. Yeah. Obviously, we have set out in this episode and in social media to kind of tell you guys where we're going to be. Because we are traveling with a larger group, it's kind of easier if we kind of plant a flag in certain places and, be available at that kind of level. But we want to see everybody. We've been WhatsApping, all of our friends who live over there. We've put out a bunch of posts on social. People are asking where we're going to be pre-match. People are asking where we're going to be post-match. People are asking if we're going to the Conti Cup final. Spoiler alert, of course we are. And they're also asking hey, what are you guys doing for a live show this time? Because, we've done that in the past, and
many people are asking this. Many people,
thousands of people are just demanding this information. So
tens of ones are asking. It's incredible.
3, 4, 5 people so far have demanded the information. But yeah, we are damn excited. The best part of these trips is not, going to see Chelsea play. The best part of these trips is the fact that we get to go see, meet, hang out, develop friendships, expand friendships that we already had, do dinners, all that sort of stuff. That's the best part of us going over. The football, especially this time, may not be as fruitful as we hope, but the friends are those that will make the trip better.
Right. So this is definitely our sales pitch. As you see more information in the future come out about future trips, this is what it's about. This is the experience you're going to get. You don't have to go alone, right? You can go with friends. It's so cool seeing the relationships of, friendships people have made on past trips that are still friends today that we see interacting on social media and stuff. It's a lot of fun. So again, if you want kind of a turnkey way to get over there with some friends and kind of some, just take away a lot of the risks and maybe some of the unknowns, this is a great way to do it. So anyways, we're going to take our first ad break. When we're back, we're going to talk about a little bit more detail of what's going on. So thank you to the sponsors, and we'll be right back. So you said live show, Nick, right? We always, we're there. We're going to try to record every single day. That's the goal that Dan is forcing us to do while we're there. So
whoa. Hold the phone. This is not about me forcing you to do anything. This is about me saying we have a person right now, multiple individuals of them, but not multiples of the same unique person, because that's just a multiverse thing I don't want to get into.
There we go. There it is.
Knew
it was coming.
They're listening, and we want to take them on the journey. And so by recording throughout the time that we're there, we can bring you along for the ride if you were not able to make the trip, or if you live in other parts of the world, or if you're busy with school, work, or other things, life commitments. We will be recording and releasing, as long as our editors can put it out, something pretty much every day that we're over there, which is going to be very exceptional. It'll be a little different formats. Maybe if you remember back to when Nick and I and Drip Lord, producer Jake, were over in May of last year, this would be a good example of like the types of things that we recorded at the pub in the moment, maybe a little bit more of that natural conversation versus some of the structured studio work that we're doing here as we all sit in our home studios. But like, there will be content every day. That's just that's the commitment. It's the commitment isn't you guys to me, it's from us to the listener.
That's not how you pitched on the phone call. I remember it pretty clearly, but here we are. We're gonna make it happen.
Dragged.
We got it. Yeah. I mean,
so you get when you don't write a script and you text it to us in a iMessage. You're getting some look behind the scenes on this episode. Why are these guys so loosey goosey right now? It's because Dan sent us a text saying, "Hey, I guess we're gonna roll this one out." Yeah.
Just get back on the Yaz flute, Nicholas, and talk to them about the live show.
Yes. We had some ideas, right? Thankfully we've done a few different live pods. And I just laughed thinking about the one at which one was we did in the basement?
Pensioner.
Pensioner, yeah. That was interesting. We've done upstairs at the Atlas. We've done one at Classic Football Shirts. And speaking of Classic Football Shirts, they reached out to us, which was really, really cool.
Yeah. So the call out is Friday night, 7:15. If you are in London or can get to London and you want to come hang out, we would love to see you at Classic Football Shirts London, London studio, London shop, London
Classic Football Shirts London. That's it.
Multi-purpose space. They've really they reached out to us a couple of weeks ago. They really rolled out the red carpet here. They are clearing out a large chunk of the store for us to set up and hang out. They have a bar in their new space. The last time that we were at the Classic Football Shirt space, we had a cooler. So and we don't get it twisted. We drank the hell out of that. But this time they've upgraded. They have a bar space. It looks really sick. They brought down all of the Chelsea shirts from Manchester. If you go and look at the videos that we've been posting on social, there's a really crispy looking Hernan Crespo shirt from 2006 that I have my eyes on in particular. And we're going to do a live show. And what's really cool about this trip that we're doing right now is we're going to have a special opportunity to record some content for our, what we're calling episode 1000 week internally here. We're coming up on our 1,000th episode, guys. It's fucking crazy. We've been doing this for almost 9 years now and have reached 1,000 episodes. And so this live show that we're doing will be a part of that week. We also have some other special content coming as well, but we're really excited to get together. And, we found out over the summer, I think we rediscovered our love for the live shows when we were on the Tour de America this summer. And we love the energy of the live shows. We love being in the room with people. And we're going to mix in some football, of course, because we have to. We're contractually obligated to talk about football. But that is not the only thing that we're going to talk about. We're going to have some sweet, I think, let's call it football fashion, Brandon, to look at in this one. And we're going to keep it lighthearted, man. I think for me anyway, the goal of these live shows is to have interaction and to have fun and to not worry about whether the team's going to set up, wrong tomorrow. That's not the goal.
Yeah. So Friday night, that'll be fun. It is ticketed, but Dan, as you mentioned on our last pod, the ticket is really a drink voucher, a drink coupon.
All it is to give us and give Classic Football Shirts an accurate representation of what do they need to go do a beer run? Do they need to go make sure that they've got a couple extra cases there or an extra keg because they want to know how many people are coming. And so the £5 is effectively plus whatever service fee that Eventbrite charges. I think it's like 30p. But this is effectively your first drink. So you're just prepaying your drink to come out and have a good time. I don't know if they will close it off at a certain point if it hits what they would deem their capacity, but just keep an eye. The Eventbrite is linked in our Twitter bio, so you can go check it out. And if you have any issues, just tweet at us, email us. We would love to see you out. We're excited. It's gonna be a blast.
So yeah, that'll be fun. We've done it before, run it back. It'll be great. Then obviously the Leeds game is Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff. Who would have thought? Don't always get that.
Is there a second ever 3 p.m. kickoff?
I think so. Look, the amount of times we've been to Stamford Bridge, it is nonsense how we have not gotten 3 p.m. kickoffs. We've gotten Mondays, we've gotten noons. It's dumb. So we get a proper 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday, which means plenty of time to socialize beforehand. Yep. Meet and greet, a lot of just, chumming it up at the Cock, like we said, the Cock Tavern, which it's pretty much where a lot of our friends have always been and where we have a ton of great memories, and we'll be back there. So obviously we'll continue to kind of put tweets and things out as we hop around, but pre-match we will definitely be around Fulham Station and the Cock. So Nick, that's where, like, quite honestly, you're to the point where you almost don't go to the games because you're having too good of a time.
I mean, I won't lie, that's crossed my mind before, and that's when we were playing a hell of a lot better than we are now. So it's just a blast, man. I don't know how else to put it. Their little outdoor garden is one of my favorite places in the entire world. And that's because the people are tremendous. Like we've gone and seen, Dan Silves and Clayton, and you may know this host of the One Famous CFC podcast, but Rick Glanville will turn up. Chidge will turn up.
Dane, Axon.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Tim Rolls, just pretty much a who's who of the Chelsea. I would call them supporter legends, as it were, or legendary supporters.
We met Mike Ryan there on the inside one time too for the first time. A lot of memories. DPZ will probably be there, so we'll make sure to annoy him and post a lot about him unnecessarily.
The best thing that you can do is talk to DPZ about Trivago. I mean, that guy has stories. But no, it's great. It's one of my favorite places to be. I just love listening to the stories. Like I could just post up there and just listen. As a guy who talks for a living, I just love being there and just kind of taking it in. And to me, Dan, without understanding how the football result will go necessarily, this is going to go well. I guarantee that.
Well, look, we already have a game plan, right? We know that it's a Dishoom non-breakfast sandwich in the morning to get started, which is about a 3-minute or sub walk from where we're staying, and then it's off to get kind of get the action going. And I think the question though, Nick, it's gonna be on a lot of listeners' minds, and so I just want to frame it, and I need the quickest possible response from you. Mm-hmm. What's the drink of choice on the trip?
It's a great question, Dan. Gin and tonics have been a staple recently.
They have.
And I can't see myself deviating from the cause too much there. As I've gotten a little older, a little gray in the beard, beer has not sat as well with me as a young Nick may have enjoyed or imbibed. So I probably am going to stick with the spirits. And man, a gin and tonic sounds real tasty right now.
Well, you're gonna have to pause because there's nothing quite like the London tap of a gin and tonic. I feel like it flows that well. So we're gonna take our last ad break when we're back. Pivoting to the Conti Cup final. That's right. It wouldn't be a trip if there wasn't a trophy at stake with our recent travels. So we'll take a break. Thanks to sponsors, and we'll be right back.
You messed it up, Brandon. We're gonna go to the Atlas after the Leeds game. You didn't allow us time.
Well.
To make the real move. We're sticking with it.
He's playing a bender that we're not aware of at this point.
Isn't it kind of funny though that like it's the Cock Tavern before and it's always the Atlas after? And I think it's because the Atlas stays open later.
It's also a walk. You get a chance to stretch your legs a little bit. You've been sat or hopefully standing and celebrating goals. You need to burn off a little of that energy.
They also have food.
That is clutch.
Yeah, so the Atlas,
the Cock Tavern does have food, but
they do have sausage rolls. Yeah, I mean,
sausage rolls. Yeah.
Anyways, details, splitting hairs.
Atlas Pub after. It's a stone's throw away. It's a little further of a walk, but you'll get there. It's fine. The Google Maps will take you down an alleyway. Just go down that alleyway, go through the garden, and you're going to be on the other side of that bad boy having a pint. No problem. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So then you go to bed, right? We wake up. It's Cup Sunday, Conti Cup. Somehow Selhurst Park sold out, close to. Over 20,000 people are going to be there, including our group, which is super, super exciting, setting records. Obviously when we booked the trip, it was, we hope they make it, even though I think we're all pretty confident that this team was going to make it, and they delivered. And so, this is a trophy at stake for this team. And, we are so excited, Dan, to get not only to just see another women's game. Look, we've been to Kings Meadow. Phenomenal. Love the atmosphere for the women's team there. It's a fun day out. It's a great experience. But we're going to have to go to Selhurst Park. Not ideal, but for a cup final, line it up. Let's go.
Well, and it pits... It pits Chelsea against Arsenal again. Not like this is a repeating fixture in the calendar at this point. And look, there was the 1-1 draw early in January, or because like mid-January. Then just recently the 2-0 in the FA Cup, and then now this opportunity to just get another W. And that is always a really nice place to be at. I think we're still settling on where we'll end up, but most likely we're just going to follow whatever the Chelsea Women's Supporters Group and Chelsea Pride tell us in terms of where they're meeting up, because that's where Nick, the party is going to be when it comes to both celebrating the women afterwards and preparing for the match beforehand.
Dan, you and I have some experience celebrating the Chelsea women's team, especially after our spring trip last year.
Twice.
We got to see them lift the league at home and raged after that. That was fun. And then we got to see them lift the FA Cup the next weekend and raged after that as well. You'll likely get to see host of Blue Royalty, the indomitable Jesse Parker Humphreys. They are going to be in attendance, and I think from personal experience are going to be on the beers.
They also might be at the Friday live show too. Who knows?
I've been assured that they will be, in fact. So there's going to be a lot going on. Chelsea Pride and the Chelsea Women's Supporters Groups are so much fun to hang out with. It's a whole different atmosphere and vibe than you get at the men's matches, which is not to say that it's one is bad or one's better or whatever. It's just a whole different vibe, and it's so much fun. And they have been incredibly welcoming to us, and I am very much looking forward. Again, can't believe we're saying this, but very much looking forward to being back at Selhurst Park, hopefully seeing the Chelsea women lift another cup and getting to celebrate the greatness that is Emma Hayes, regardless, because I mean, all she does is go to cup finals, Brandon. That's her entire MO. That's her entire reason for being.
And we are there expecting nothing but an amazing match with that team, and hope to just see them continue to absolutely dominate. So again, I mean, there's another full day, right? Sunday. So you've blinked and we've already had a live show, 2 matches, and it's only Monday, right? Take a break, right? We're gonna do some exploring. We're maybe gonna sleep in. We're gonna do some different activities around town, which will be nice, because Tuesday, right back at it. This is a night game, obviously, Champions League under the lights. So special. We've been lucky to see one Champions League game besides the final, obviously. Was it Atletico Madrid at Stamford Bridge a few years back with Conte? So, hearing the anthem ring through Stamford Bridge, it's true. It is a different atmosphere. Your team could be shit in the bed, but the second that anthem plays, all the players' levels go up and the nerves and the goosebumps hit. And we are so excited to be there, especially like Nick. It's all in play. It's all in the balance. It's only a 1 goal difference. Away goals don't matter. We got to get the goal and take it to them. Like I said, for whatever reason, Champions League is isolated. Your league form doesn't really matter on the day.
Yeah, it's really special. I would say that the night of the Atletico Madrid game in 2018, we had ourselves one heck of a session at the Cock Tavern pre-match. I mean, it was probably my favorite.
This is also not viral marketing for the Cock Tavern. We just love it. If they want to come back and say, hey, we're ready for you to bring all your friends here.
Have a couple of beers on us, I would take it. But it was lively. It was fun. I think there was a buzz. Hopefully we get that same sort of vibe this time. So that I think is the general plan. It's also the last day that we're there, so I think we're going to be going out on a high for sure. And look, I mean, getting to see the team playing what could be the last Champions League game for a while, or advance. Preferably would be great. And we know that they have to go for it, right, Dan? Like they're down 1-0. They have to score 2 goals. Like this is the way, as Mando would say. And so hopefully we'll get to see some lively attacking football as a part of this whole experience.
You could score the 1 and go into extra time, maybe pens.
Yeah, no, let's make it as painful as possible for ourselves.
Hey, this is extra football.
Yeah, we're really banking on the most football per minute on the trip. And so if we get the extra time, if we get the pens, we'll have received maximum value, at least in terms of the amount of minutes that we could have gotten from our time together. So I hope it is a much more clinical performance. And that would be music, I think, not just to our ears, but every Chelsea supporter's ears, if we can get the business done on the Tuesday evening, so that the little bit of time left over afterwards, because the revelry, or the time for revelry, is much reduced on a evening when people will be trying to get back on and catch trains and go back to their work routine during the middle of the week. For those of our friends who live there, there'll be a little less time to say goodbye at the end of it all. And hopefully we are all raising a glass to celebrate versus being upset about the end of a Champions League campaign.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll be sharing with friends and everything like that. Nick, I do think we have to give credit to Dan. I didn't think he could pull this off. This has been at least 8 years in the making for him. Our 1000th episode is going to be in London.
It's pretty crazy.
I don't know how we did it.
The timing really worked out, and we're going to be really lucky to bring you guys some really cool content. We can't quite share what that is yet, as a part of our celebration for this milestone. But I think
I'll tell you, I'm going to propose. I said it.
There it is. Yeah, there it is. Look, I mean, this all is kind of one big whirlwind, right? You have all the current happenings at Chelsea Football Club combined with the fact that, we're going over with 20 of our friends for a hell of a 5-day stretch. And then we're going to, do some recording for a big milestone at the same time. And I don't know, Dan, to me, this has been a pretty incredible ride, and I'm very much looking forward to paying it off with a week full of amazing pods to kind of hold this one, because we've produced so much content over the last 3 years in particular that we've kind of skipped the milestones. Like, we've just kind of kept producing content. We're like, oh shit, it's 700. Oh, it's 800. Oh, it's 900. And it just, this is a pretty big one.
Yeah, when you look at the fact that our first season was 37 episodes with 54,598 listens to where we are now, where we are well in the mid 2 millions and climbing, and still have plenty of our year left with over 150 episodes already, is just crazy to us. And we are very excited to celebrate it. And I think we've got some fun recordings planned on the Saturday morning and the Sunday morning that will be a part of that 1,000th episode celebration. We are going to work on a way to intake commentary from our wonderful listener community, because you are just as much a part of making 1,000 happen as us sitting here and doing it in terms of the recording. But you're there listening, you're there giving us feedback, you're there giving us critiques, you're being a part of our Patreon and Discord community, you're reading our newsletter, you're engaged with us on social media, you're coming on trips with us. And we want to make sure that if you have things that have stood out to you over those 1,000th episodes, that we capture them, and we think about like all the, funny things that have happened, or the things where you're like, I can't believe this was a take, or like the, Brandon Busby situation.
Honestly, come up with something else, for fuck's sake.
I've never personally made a wrong take on the show, so I wouldn't know how it feels. But I'm really looking forward to those, because if you can imagine recording 1,000 episodes, you don't remember everything linearly, right? So hopefully you guys are able to remind us of the good, bad, and ugly throughout this time. And just know too, we posted this today, but we've talked a little bit recently about Apple Podcast charts and like where we are, and we've been top 10 in US soccer. We're number 56 out of the top 200 global sports podcasts as of this moment today. And that is an astonishing achievement that is only credited to you, the listener, for pressing play, even during a moment of some not so good vibes for Chelsea Football Club. You've on the men's side, I should say, the women are doing great. But you guys have really persevered with us through this process. And because of that, our little thing that we run here is beating podcasts from NBC, beating podcasts from ESPN, beating podcasts from BBC, places with millions of dollars, hundreds and thousands of employees. You're looking at our group. It's the three of us. It's Ishan, it's Jake, it's Jesse and Abdullah, it's Phil, it's Joe, it's
formerly Yaz. So
formerly Yaz. Yep.
Congratulations to him and his family, and as they welcomed a young child into the world as well. Yeah. So congratulations to the formerly one half of the Tinkerman family.
It's Sam, right? It's everybody, and like that is something that has not been lost on us. But it's cool to share that progress with you, regardless.
So exciting trip for many reasons, obviously. So again, this is definitely kind of a PSA. We're coming. You should know that by now. We've said it many times, but it's finally here. So now it's concrete. You can put it in your diaries, put it in your calendars. We're going to be there. Hang out this Friday night. Get the reservation links all over our social media. Ask us if you have any questions about things. We'll be kind of tweeting as best we can about kind of where we are throughout the process of things. I know we've gotten messages from people who say, "Hey, I'm not a part of the trip. Can I come hang out?" Yes. Emphatically, yes. Right.
Please.
These aren't exclusive trips. These are trips that we just put together to make it easy for people to go who maybe find it hard to navigate getting tickets, knowing where to go, where to stay, and things like that. And we just offer that as a package to make it easy. So I've started packing. I know that Nick definitely has not. And
Nope.
I have, absolutely.
And we will all get there sooner than later. I'm excited. Elizabeth's coming. It'll be her first time over there. It's going to be an absolute, whirlwind ride for her, but I'm so excited to kind of just show her what we built, guys. I mean, it's super cool. I mean, Sam, of all people, CFC Central 9 posting in our WhatsApp that we were number 56 on the global sports 200 list. Like, that's like 56 in the world of soccer, like shows.
I did a whole dialogue on that already.
No, I know, but I'm saying like to have that is like a thing, and to look back and have the stars align for like our 1000th episode in London with friends and everything. It is a cool moment to reflect, and we want to share it with as many people as possible. The stars have aligned. Hopefully that means Chelsea's stars have aligned as well, Dan, and it'll all come together for the most magical kind of 4.5 days for everybody who's around.
I don't know how much positive energy is left in that Why Not Us engine, but we will try to bring as much of it.
I'm packing the shirt, baby.
Whatever is left in that, we will uncork it and pour it out to try and help. We'll get the Michael's secret sauce and try to hand it out and see if it does anything.
Yeah, it's funny seeing our WhatsApp group of the trip goers, Nick, right? And everyone's packing good vibes and all the other stuff that we need to try to get this over the line. Yeah. We're bringing everything we can, baby.
Yeah, you got rolls of sage and holy water, and hopefully we can make this thing work. But yeah, look, guys,
pull a Ted Lasso ceremony outside the stadium.
Well, we're gonna put out a tweet with kind of where we're gonna be, just so you guys understand, where, when, how. Please come out. Please come up and introduce yourselves. We don't know you already. We'll likely be buying people beers and just doing our thing, right? So
we're the three people in a group of about 20 Americans. We are not going to be too hard to miss.
No, especially not with Dan's ponytail and not with Brandon's beard. I mean, it's going to be great. So I'm the shortest of the group, so that's kind of how you'll know it's me. But yeah, look, guys, pumped. We're going to see you in a couple of sleeps, and let's hope we can pull this off.
Yeah, very excited as always. So look, get in contact with us. We're going to do our best, see as many people as we can. Come to the live show. It's going to be a blast. Obviously, we'll see people Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. If you have suggestions, by the way, for restaurants, food in London, we love that. Please send them our way. We are big foodies, love to explore when we're there. And as well as maybe any things you would recommend doing around, because we'll share that with the people in the WhatsApp group. Like I said, most of them, it's their first time. So any recommendations of places like Camden Markets, Borough Market, whatever it is, London Eye, touristy things, always really, really cool when we can kind of tie those things in. So I think that's it. Anything else, Dan? Last chance.
No. On to London.
On to London. Nick?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Well, anyways, that's going to do it from us. Do we have more pods this week? I have no idea.
Sure we do.
Big CFC?
Of course.
Royalty coming out tomorrow or Thursday.
We have a Conti Cup preview, of course. Jesse and Abdullah getting back in the saddle, and then another famous CFC coming your way. That's our Friday treat to everybody. So go listen to those. They
are treats. They absolutely are treats. So excited we got Rick and Gary doing those. And I got to plug myself and Phil. Hey, we did an Academy Cobham Crew update. And there were some spicy questions I asked him in there, as well as just what can we do with Cobham? Really interesting. So anyways, that's going to wrap it us. More content coming at you always this week. Make sure if you're not following us on social media, do it. We are going to pump out the content over the weekend. So until next time, Chelsea fans, you know what to do. Keep the blue flag flying high.